back with more Barnstable This Morning, just about 8 minutes past the top of the hour on this Tuesday morning. I'm Sarah Colvin, and joining me live on the phone, I welcome our Chief of Police, Paul MacDonald. Chief, good morning and welcome back.
Good morning, Sarah, and thank you. It's great to be back.
So I wanted to start, Chief, by talking about a relatively new story. I heard a bit about this on the news on my way in this morning, an incident that happened over on Putnam Ave in Cotuit. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
There was an attempted abduction yesterday afternoon about 2:30. A young girl getting off the bus, a high school bus. She was dropped off on Putnam Avenue at the corner of her street. When she exited the bus and started walking home, she noticed that there was a pickup truck appeared to be following her. She used her head. She did not go directly home. She walked by her house because she was in fear. She did not want the person to know where she left. Unfortunately, the road ended in a dead-end area, a dirt road section. The individual then got out of the truck and tried to drag the young girl into his vehicle. She did a great job. She fought back. She kneed the individual. She kicked the individual. He then slapped her. But she was able to break free, and she ran. He then appeared to have panicked, got in his vehicle, and he took off. She ran back to the house, notified her parents, and the parents called us, and we are continuing with the investigation.
Indeed. Any idea if the suspect, if the victim knew the suspect at all, or was it a complete stranger?
It appeared to be a complete stranger, but he appeared to be some individual involved in one of the trades, judging from the vehicle he was driving, the way he was dressed, and some other physical evidence that we found at the scene. So we were going after this full bore.
Indeed. And do we have a description of that gentleman if people are, kind of keeping their eyes open? Are you looking for people to do that?
He's described as a white male, approximately 5'10" to 6 feet tall, thin build with short, thick, dark brown gray hair. The vehicle is a faded orange or reddish colored vehicle with some rust on it, either a GMC or a Chevrolet with extended cab in the vehicle. We did do a reverse 911 call last night, notify the entire town, and of course all the parents of all the students in town. And I know the school, they also did a reverse 911 call also, just to make sure everybody's aware of what's going on and just to be a little more cautious today on the way to school.
Indeed, certainly good, and I think that this situation looks like the girl did a good job in fighting back. I like to hear that.
Yeah, she did. She did a great job. Also something we are concerned about too is just look at some of the intelligence across the state. There was 3 or 4 other attempted abduction within the last 10 days across the state. Worcester, Uxbridge, and Fall River area. So these do not appear to be related. From the information we got from other departments and reading the reports, the individual and the vehicles involved do not seem to match at all. So.
Indeed. Chief, wanted to talk about another investigation that resulted in the arrest of 4 people. And this was on C Street at 250
right.
C Street. Tell me a little bit about what's
That was
going on
last
here.
Wednesday and last Thursday. One arrest occurred on Lewis Street. They got Kenneth Barrows, age 45, and Robin Gomes, age 52. They are frequent flyers with us. We deal with them many, many times. They have them arrested, 50 to 60 times. With them, we were able to confiscate approximately 65 grams of heroin. The next day, we executed a search warrant at 250. I think it was 250 C Street. 2 individuals from Boston and a quantity of heroin cocaine was also picked up from that address.
Indeed. Anything else, Chief, of significance that has happened over the past week?
Well, besides that, and then, of course, tomorrow we get the appointment of 2 deputy chiefs. We've been operating with 1 deputy chief for the past 4 years. When Deputy Chief Martin retired almost 4 years ago, Deputy Chief Tamish, who's been with the department for almost 40 years, he has announced his retirement. He is actually just burning up the rest of his vacation time, and he'll be gone. So we have 2 new deputy chiefs who will be sworn in tomorrow. Detective Lieutenant Balcom and Lieutenant Sonneman will be sworn in as new deputy chiefs tomorrow at 10 o'clock. One will be taking over the Administrative Investigative Service Bureau, and the other one will be taking over the Field Service Bureau.
Chief, can you tell me a little bit about the process in looking for and hiring and appointing these new deputy chiefs?
Sure. We are a civil service police department, so we have to call civil service. We tell them that we are looking for deputy chiefs, and they then arrange for a written examination. We give all of the candidates within the department, anyone with the rank of sergeant above, are eligible to take the test. We give them 6 months of study. After the test is given, we get the grades back, and depending on how number of openings we have, it depends on how many names we get down the list. Because we have 2 openings, we got 5 names come down the list. With that, we then look at their background, what they've contributed to the department over the past 26 and 20 years respectively, and then they go through the interview process. And this time we did a little bit different. We were great. The town manager was involved in it, and then a retired chief from Waltham down. We did the interview. We took the number 1 and 2 officers off the list. These are very experienced, knowledgeable police officers. They've been with the department, and they're going to be a great resource to the town.
Absolutely. And so the ceremony, is that open to the public tomorrow, Chief?
It's open to the public. It starts at 10 o'clock. It'll be a brief ceremony. They get sworn in, and they're right back to work.
Indeed. Well, Chief, I thank you so much, as always, for joining us here on Barnstable This Morning. A pleasure to have you on the program. And we will check in with you again next Tuesday morning. Have a great day.
Talk to you then.
All right. Bye-bye. Chief of Police Paul MacDonald joining us, of course, as he does each and every Tuesday morning. Great to have the Chief with us on.